Umaru Musa Yar'Adua was the 13th President of Nigeria. He served as governor of Katsina State in northern Nigeria from the 29th of May 1999 to the 28th of May 2007. He was declared the winner of the controversial Nigerian presidential election held on the 21st of April 2007, and was sworn in on the 29th of May 2007. He was a member of the People's Democratic Party. In 2009, Yar'Adua left for Saudi Arabia to receive treatment for pericarditis. He returned to Nigeria on the 2nd of May 2010, where he died on the 5th. Family and early life. Yar'Adua was born into an aristocratic Fulani family in Katsina. His father, a former minister for Lagos during the First Republic, held the royal title of Mutawali of the Katsina Emirate, a title which Yar'Adua inherited. He started his education at Rafaki Primary School in 1958, and moved to Dutsinma Boarding Primary School in 1962. He attended the government college at Kefi from 1965 until 1969. In 1971 he received a higher school certificate from Bariwi College. He attended Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria from 1972 to 1975, obtaining a B.Sc degree in Education and Chemistry, and then returned in 1978 to achieve an M.Sc degree in Analytical Chemistry. Alhaji Umaru Yar'Adua married to Rai Umaru Yar'Adua of Katsina in 1975. They had 7 children. The daughter Zainab is married to Kebbi State Governor Usman Saidu Nasamudakinari. The daughter Nafisat is married to Bauchi State Governor Isa Uguda. Yar'Adua was married to Hawa Umaru as a second wife from 1992 to 1997. They had 2 children. Professional career. Yar'Adua's first employment was at Holy Child College in Lagos. He later served as a lecturer at the College of Arts, Science, and Technology in Zaria, Kaduna State, between 1976 and 1979. In 1979 he began working as a lecturer at College of Art Science, remaining in this position until 1983, when he began working in the corporate sector. Yar'Adua worked at Sambo Farms Limited in Funchal, Katsina State, as its pioneer general manager between 1983 and 1989. He served as a board member of Katsina State Farmers Supply Company between 1984 and 1985, member of the Governing Council of Katsina College of Arts, Science and Technology Zaria and Katsina Polytechnic between 1978 and 1983, board chairman of Katsina State Investment and Property Development Company between 1994 and 1996. He served as a director of many companies, including Habib Nigeria Bank Limited 1995 to 99, Lodigiani Nigeria Limited 1987 to 99, Hamada Holdings 1983 to 99, Amada Ara Limited VOM Jos 1987 to 99. He was chairman of Nation House Press Limited, Kaduna, from 1995 to 1999. Early political career. During the Second Republic, Yar'Adua was a member of the leftist People's Redemption Party, while his father was briefly the national vice-chairman of the National Party of Nigeria. During the transition program of President Ibrahim Badamazi Babangida, Yar'Adua was one of the foundation members of the People's Front, a political association under the leadership of his elder brother, the late Major General Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. That association later fused to form the Social Democratic Party. Yar'Adua was a member of the 1988 Constituent Assembly. He was a member of the party's National Caucus and the SDP State Secretary in Katsina and contested the 1991 governorship election, but lost to Saidu Bada, the candidate of the National Republican Convention and an ally of Babangida. In 1999, he ran for the same position and won. He was re-elected in 2003. He was the first governor to publicly declare his assets. In the year of 2000, during his administration as governor, Katsina became the fifth northern Nigerian state to adopt Sharia, or Islamic law. In 2002, Amina Lawal, a woman from Katsina, was sentenced to death by stoning by a Sharia court in the town of Bakori for committing adultery. The story attracted international attention. Her sentence was at first upheld by a court in the town of Funchwa, then overturned a year later following an appeal. According to a public hearing that was carried out shortly after his death in May 2010, there has never been a governor like him in the history of Katsina State. Governor Ibrahim Shima of Katsina State has attributed the achievements recorded in the state to the sagacity of former governor and late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. The late Yar'Adua was governor for 8 years in Katsina State from 1999 to 2007 before he was succeeded by the incumbent. James Danjuma reported to the National Mirror on May 30, 2013, that Shima said the late Yar'Adua worked very hard as governor to provide dividends of democracy for his people, and after he had left, people were still talking about the good things he did. The governor said some of the important projects the late Yar'Adua had begun before he became president were completed by his administration because they had positive bearing on the people. Shima, who was speaking during the Democracy Day celebration event in the state, thanked stakeholders for supporting his administration in the last 6 years in its efforts to provide dividends of democracy for the people. He said with 2 years before the end of his administration, the policy of free education for primary and secondary school students would be maintained. Presidential nomination. On 16-17 December 2006, Yar'Adua was chosen as the presidential candidate of the ruling PDP for the April 2007 election, receiving 3,024 votes from party delegates. His closest rival, Rochas Okorosha, received 372 votes. Yar'Adua's success in the primary was attributed to the support of incumbent President Olusegun Obasanjo. At the time of his nomination, he was an obscure figure on the national stage, and has been described as a puppet of Obasanjo who could not have won the nomination under fair circumstances. Shortly after winning the nomination, Yar'Adua chose Goodluck Jonathan, governor of Bayelsa State, as his vice-presidential candidate. Another view of the support he received from President Obasanjo is that he was one of few serving governors with a spotless record, devoid of any suspicions or charges of corruption. He also belonged to the People's Democratic Movement, a powerful political bloc founded by his late brother, Shehu Musa Yar'Adua, who was also Obasanjo's vice president during his military rule. In 2007, Umaru Yar'Adua, who suffered from a kidney condition, challenged his critics to a game of squash in an endeavor to end speculations about his health. On the 6th of March 2007, he was flown to Germany for medical reasons, further fomenting rumors about his health. His spokesperson said this was due to stress and quoted Yar'Adua as saying he was fine and would soon be back to campaigning. Another report, which was rejected by Yar'Adua's spokesperson, claims that Yar'Adua collapsed after suffering a possible heart attack. Presidency. In the presidential election held on the 21st of April 2007, Yar'Adua won with 70% of the vote according to official results released on the 23rd of April. The election was highly controversial, strongly criticized by observers, as well as the two primary opposition candidates, Muhammadu Buhari of the All Nigeria People's Party and Atiku Abubakar of the Action Congress. Its results were largely rejected as having been rigged in Yar'Adua's favor. After the election, Yar'Adua proposed a government of national unity. In late June 2007, two opposition parties, the ANPP and the Progressive People's Alliance, agreed to join Yar'Adua's government. On the 28th of June 2007, Yar'Adua publicly revealed his declaration of assets from May, according to which he had 856,452,892 nairas in assets, 19 million nairas of which belonged to his wife. He also had 88,793,269 nairas and 77 kobos in liabilities. This disclosure, which fulfilled the pre-election promise he made, was intended to set an example for other Nigerian politicians and discourage corruption. Yar'Adua's new cabinet was sworn in on the 26th of July 2007. It included 39 ministers, including 2 for the ANPP. Buhari and Abubakar filed petitions to have the results of the 2007 presidential election invalidated due to alleged fraud. But on the 26th of February 2008, a court rejected the petitions. Buhari and Abubakar said that they would appeal to the Supreme Court. Marred by corruption, many argued that this election was rigged by Obasanjo as well, as he wanted his successor to have the same basic ideals that he possessed as president. Illness and death. President Yar'Adua left Nigeria on the 23rd of November 2009 and was reported to be receiving treatment for pericarditis at a clinic in Saudi Arabia. He was not seen in public again, and his absence created a dangerous power vacuum in Nigeria. In December 2009, Oluwarotimi Odunayo, president of the Nigerian Bar Association, stated that Yar'Adua should have handed over power to Vice President Goodluck Jonathan in an acting capacity during his illness, a statement that was backed up by the NBA National Executive Committee. On the 22nd of January 2010, the Supreme Court of Nigeria ruled that the Federal Executive Council had 14 days to decide a resolution on whether Yar'Adua was incapable of discharging the functions of his office. The ruling also stated that the Federal Executive Council should hear testimony of 5 doctors, one of whom should be Yar'Adua's personal physician. On the 9th of February 2010, the Senate controversially used the doctrine of necessity to transfer presidential powers to Vice President Goodluck Jonathan, and declared him acting president with all the accompanying powers until Yar'Adua returned to full health. The power transfer, considered illegal by some, has been called a coup without the word by opposition lawyers and lawmakers. However, there are others that felt the power vacuum would lead to instability and a possible military takeover. On the 24th of February 2010, Yar'Adua returned to Abuja under the cover of darkness. His state of health was unclear, but there was speculation that he was still on a life support machine. Various political and religious figures in Nigeria had visited him during his illness, saying he would make a recovery. Yar'Adua died on the 5th of May at the Aso Rock Presidential Villa. An Islamic burial took place on the 6th of May in his hometown in Katsina. Reactions: the federal government of Nigeria declared a 7-day mourning period. Acting President Goodluck Jonathan said, "Nigeria has lost the jewel on its crown, and even the heavens mourn with our nation tonight. As individuals and as a nation we prayed for the recovery of Mr. President. But we take solace in the fact that the Almighty is the giver and taker of all life." U.S. President Barack Obama offered condolences, stating, he was committed to creating lasting peace and prosperity within Nigeria's own borders, and continuing that work will be an important part of honoring his legacy. Nobel laureate, Professor Wole Soyinka, in his tribute, wrote, "What passes for the Nigerian nation is nothing more than a tragic arena, and Yar'Adua is only the latest tragic figure. The vampires, including those within his own family, turned him into a mere inert resource for the diabolical schemes. They have a reckoning with their conscience, assuming they know what the word means. One can only hope that, while mouthing sanctimonious platitudes such as power belongs to God, they have now learned that the politics of do or die cannot guarantee who does and who dies. They must stop playing God. I pray for the repose of the soul of the latest, much abused innocent victim."